I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here.
President Donald Trump signing 2 executive orders aimed at strengthening the country's response to terrorism at home and overseas. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tammy Tremblay. Following through with campaign promises, the president signed an executive order calling for, quote, extreme vetting of visa seekers from war-torn countries. The order suspends America's refugee program and shuts the door on Syrian refugees. Idaho has become a safe haven for many people fleeing terror-stricken countries over the years. And new tonight, KTVB's Morgan Boynston found out how people are feeling about this move here at home.
I talked to people on all sides of this issue today, Tammy, from the chairman of the Idaho Republican Party to the director of an agency who works closely with refugees to those who fled terror-plagued countries for a better life. Some saying Trump's decision was disappointing and harmful. Supporters saying it was the right move to protect the American people.
The people that we're here to help are the people who are fleeing ISIS, the people who are fleeing terrorists, the people who are fleeing extreme violence in their countries, not the perpetrators.
Signing this executive order suspends all refugee admissions for 120 days while the visa program is under review, except for people of religious minorities in those countries. It limits the total number of refugees from 110,000 to 50,000 for 2017.
It is just so disappointing that a country which is founded on freedom of religion, founded on the idea of people being able to express themselves and be safe and be whole, would be turning people away because of their religion, or because of fears about who they are.
The order singles out Syrian refugees, halting their resettlement until President Trump is satisfied with changes to refugee programs. A move that a lot of Republicans are backing.
Well, I actually think this is a year or two or more late. We've had a number of instances where the immigration system seems to have failed to stop or to even help identify threats.
Idaho Republican Party Chairman Steve Yates says until things change fundamentally in Syria, this temporary hold is out of an abundance of caution.
I support the cautious approach.
Syria is the only country named in the executive order, but entry from certain nations related to the visa waiver program are also put on hold. NBC News reports the most recent version of that program put restrictions on those who traveled to 7 Middle Eastern countries since early 2011. They include Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, or Iraq.
Well, I think that the refugee resettlements from the war-torn areas of the Middle East is a very difficult policy challenge, but I think we have to take the security of our homeland first.
We have incredibly strong vetting measures already in place.
International Rescue Committee Director Julianne Donnelly-Zuhl explains there are 9 steps, including background checks through multiple law enforcement agencies, interviews, medical checks, travel history, and more. The president's executive order says it will take the United States vetting process further.
It's very hard. You can imagine.
Ali Al-Saidi and his family fled Iraq in 2012 for a better life.
America is a dream for everyone in the earth.
They ended up in Boise.
I wait at least 2 years to come to the USA. Yeah, and this was fine because I know some people, they waiting from the 5 years or 4 years or more than 5 years. And they still in Iraq waiting.
He says Trump's executive order is extremely disappointing.
I think this is not right.
For him and everyone waiting to come to America.
They are very peaceful and very kind, and they believe what the USA believe.
We want to ensure that we are not admitting into our country the very threats our soldiers are fighting overseas. We only want to admit those into our country who will support our country and love deeply our people.
This order doesn't mention any specific religion or the word Islam, but refers to the terrorist attacks on 9/11 as a justification. While swearing in Defense Secretary James Mattis, Trump also signed a second order aimed at rebuilding the U.S. military, which he says is long overdue.